Good evening, everyone. Welcome again to Simage online classes. With millions affected globally, the COVID 19 has claimed more lives than we could have ever imagined. And the breaking news coming in right now is that the British Health Secretary and the Prime Minister himself has been tested positive for COVID 19. Well, hope you all are safe and keeping social distancing. Today in the business communication class, we are talking about the writing skills or the writing styles, the 4 different types of writing styles we use when we write. So, which type of writing styles would you prefer to use? The first in line is the expository writing style. Expository is also called the informative, wherein you inform what you want to inform someone of the things you would like to put forth, like the news or anything you want to discuss, point out. Expository writing gives facts or directions, identifies terms or clarifies ideas. If you have any ideas, you clarify that. Expository writing includes definitions. You want to define something, you explain something. Cause and effect relationship. This happened and then that happened. Comparisons and contrasts, and illustrations and examples. You can use expository writing in research reports, how-to speeches, newspaper articles, or if you were imaginative writings, if you were a bird, if you were an invisible man, what would you do? Let's take a look again. Expository or informative writing. You inform, you expose, you reveal, you tell someone something which you know. So expository writing's main purpose is to explain. It is a subject oriented writing style. You have a subject and you explain your subject, in which authors focus on telling you about a given topic or subject without voicing their personal opinion. They are not going to give you their own opinion. Like when you read a newspaper, when you read the news, the editor's note or the journalists, they will not give you their own opinion. These types of essays or articles furnish you with relevant facts. They give you relevant facts, the right facts and figures, but do not include their opinion. This is one of the most common type of writing. The author just tells you about a given subject, such as how to do something, and the key points included are is usually explains something in a process. It is often equipped with facts and figures, is usually in a logical order and sequence. Like this, do this and then do this. The first point is the second, the third, the fourth, and the fifth, and the finally. So the assignment which you have to write down is, I told you in the very beginning that in the second semester you need to do a lot of writing. So some assignments I'm giving below for you to write. Number 1, explain how you like spending free time and why. How you like spending free time and why. Second, if you were a doctor, if you were a patient, if you were a nurse, if you were an engineer, if you were a manager, whatever, take your pick. Give instructions on how to ride a bike, how to drive a car, how to manuals, how to be happy, how to be successful in life, and then how to memorize new English words. How to memorize new English words. Next is, how do you feel when you get bad grades? How do you feel when you get good grades? How do you feel when you fail? How do you feel when you are successful? The second style is the descriptive. As the name denotes, descriptive means describing. You describe, you use a lot of adjectives like the red scarf, the blue dress, the tall man, the short girl, the crying child, the haunted house, or whatever. It includes a lot of adjectives. So descriptive writing's main purpose is to describe. It is a style of writing that focuses on describing a character. It can be an event, it can be a place, or a place in great details. You have to put that in detail, like what kind of a house it was, what kind of a place it was. It can be poetic, it can be descriptive. You can use a lot of good words to use. Or when you are happy, you use a lot of words like he was on cloud 9 and he was feeling low, and the small child was crying bitterly for for his parents to come home. So the author takes the time to be very specific in his or her descriptions, and you have to go into details, like the man wearing the black coat. He had a brown bag in his hands. Like a lot of adjectives you have to include in this. The key points are: it is often poetic in nature. It describes places, peoples, event. Places, the place was beautiful. People, the people were very friendly. Events, the events were elaborate. The events were lavishly lavished out. The events were beautifully coordinated. The situation was alarming, like today. Or location in locations. You can talk about location, the locality, the vicinity, the area, the people suffering today with coronavirus. So you can describe almost anything, and it has to be done in a highly detailed manner. Give particular details about whatever you are discussing. The author visualizes what he or she sees, hears, tastes, smells, and feels. Like if you picture a red rose, the author is talking about a rose, the fragrance of which, if it is very descriptive, very vivid, you can almost feel the smell of the rose, the beautiful rose that the author is talking about. Or a beautiful girl, the beauty of the girl, or the cruelty of a person, or an ferocious animal. So sometimes it is so vivid, so descriptive. Sometimes you see people crying when they watch movies. They cry. Why do they cry? Because they are so receptive, no? They connect with the people. So descriptive writing is like that. The person connects with the author's what he is feeling, what he is thinking, and whatever he is feeling, he wants the audience to feel in a similar manner. Now your assignments are: describe the present situation in your country, like what's happening today with the national lockdown and the coronavirus affecting lives of people. Describe that. Or you can describe your oldest memory, like memory which you've cherished, you have liked, and you do not want to forget. Or you can describe your best summer vacation. Describing your best summer vacation can be a little easy for you. You can describe your days being spent in the corona holidays, or describe a memorable concert you attended, describe a memorable trip you took, or describe a special time that you and your family had. Now this is a very crucial time that you are having with your family, that you are spending time with your family. Discuss that, describe that. How are you feeling? What's happening in your house? And then we come to the third part, which is the persuasive or the argumentative. The argumentative always talks about debating, like in a debate that two sides of a subject, like are online classes better than offline classes, like classroom is better than the online classes, or the internet is better than the books, or vice versa. The persuasive writing's main purpose is to convince. Unlike expository writing, persuasive writing contains the opinions and biases of the author to convince others to agree with the author's point of view. Persuasive writing contains justification, and reasons. It is often used in letters of complaint, advertisements or commercials, affiliate marketing pitches, cover letters, and newspaper opinions and editorial. What are the key points? Persuasive writing is equipped with reasons, arguments, and justifications. In persuasive writing, the author takes a stand and asks you to agree with his or her point of view. It often asks for readers to do something about the situation. This is also called the call to action. Do not just read it and forget it. Read it and take action. Assignments, which is better, classroom or online learning? So things to do, things to write. And the last part is the narrative style. Narrative, like storytelling, you narrate a story. Narrative writing's main purpose is to tell a story. The author will create different characters and tell you what happens to them. Sometimes the author writes from the point of view of one of the characters. This is known as the first person account. Novels, short stories, novellas, poetries, and biographies can all fall in narrative writing styles. Simply narrative writings. It answers the questions like what happened, then. Key points. It has the plot. Number one. Basically, subject it has a plot, and then a person tells a story or an event. Has characters and dialogues. Has definite and logical beginnings, intervals and endings. Often has situations like actions, motivational events, and disputes or conflicts with the eventual solutions. So it is more or less a story. You've read a book, you've seen a film, they are all stories. So why don't you do one thing? For your assignment, narrate a story of your liking. If you have liked a story, if you have read a story, if you can also make up a story. In these Corona holidays, why don't you do one thing? You sit down, sit at your desk, write a story and mail us. Let us know in the group so that we can know what you're doing, what you're really doing, and spend some quality time with your parents, with your family members. But then yes, classes are a must, and this is the best way to pass time. Like you have to spend another a fortnight. So the best thing is to sit down and do some writing and mail it to us or send it to us on the WhatsApp group that we have. Thank you and good night.